welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda and this is my January book haul. And I say January even though we're only 2 weeks in because I don't plan on buying any other books this month. I have quite a stack. I've been pretty stingy on the books that I've been adding to my shelves, which is why I missed out on a fantastic deal on Book Outlet, but we'll talk about that in a second. So I did place an order on the Boxing Day sale, or I tried. I was literally 5 minutes too late because I was changing my cart. So I missed out on quite a few books. I think I got 9 from them, but at one point I had about 20 books in my cart for the same price. So that's kind of a bummer, but really, I mean, look at all of these unread books all around me. So it's okay, it's fine. I'll just use the local library. Alright, so I got some things from Amazon, I got some things from Book Outlet, I got some Christmas gifts, so let's just get into the books. First thing I have here is Girls of Storm and Shadow. This is the sequel to Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Young. I read the first book last year. I really enjoyed it. I can't remember the characters' names. So this follows a girl named Lei who is part of the paper cast, and the Demon King, he pulls all the most beautiful girls that are not demon or half demon to come and be his concubines. There's like a competition, so she gets stolen away from her family, and she goes reluctantly, but her whole goal while she's there is to try to figure out what happened to her mother, because 7 years prior the king's army came into the town and stole her mother away, and she hasn't seen or heard from her since. So she's just trying to figure out like what happened. The first book kind of leaves off on a huge cliffhanger type deal, so I'm curious to see what happens in this one. I haven't really heard anyone talking about the second book in the series, so I hope it's good, and I don't know if anyone's read it. I need to look up some reviews or something. The next book that I have is The Grace Year by Kim Liggett. This book is about it's set in a world where girls are told their whole lives that they have like the power to lure men to their death and like do all of this crazy things because they're girls. So for their 16th, once they turn 16, they're like sent away to live on their own and like let their magic roam free for a year, and then they come back, but apparently they don't always come home. And obviously in a world like this, there's always like our main character here, she like wants to cause an uprising pretty much, I think, and so that's what she set out to do. I think her name's Tierney. I don't know. I've had my eye on this novel for quite a while, and it was on Amazon for quite cheap all of a sudden, so I just decided to pick it up. It's not as big as I thought it was going to be. The next thing that I picked up off of Amazon for super cheap is Where the Crawdads Sing. This is by Delia Owens. This is a literary fiction novel set in the 70s, I think. It's about this beloved man comes up missing in this bayou, I think. Because handsome Chase Andrews comes up dead, so they blame this woman that they call the Marsh Girl, who kind of keeps to herself, and she is kind of like a hermit, I guess, if you will. So it's just them like using her as like the pariah, pretty much. Like she had to have been the person that killed him because he was found in a cove in North Carolina, and now we're gonna prove you wrong. But obviously I don't think that's what happens here. And I've heard nothing but great things about it. It's a Reese Witherspoon book club pick. And my local book club actually read that, I think, recently, but I didn't have the book and or the library book, so I just skipped out on it. So now I'm gonna finally pick it up at some point. Now I have a couple books from Book of the Month, the first of which is The Sundown Motel. This is by Simone St. James. She is the author of The Broken Girls, which I'm planning to read in January. I don't know anything about it. I just saw that Simone St. James had a book. It's called The Sundown Motel. The Broken Girls seems really creepy. I'll let you guys know after I read it what I think about it. Hopefully I love it. This comes out next month, but Book of the Month had it on there for early release, so I decided to pick it up. I don't know anything about it. I just know there's this creepy motel. It's dual timeline, 1982 and 2017. So it says something hasn't been right at the roadside Sundown Motel for a very long time, and Carly Kirk is about to find out why in this chilling new novel. So we will see what happens there. And then also Book of the Month, I'm a Best Friend. I don't know how you become a best friend, but I'm a best friend, and so because of that they allow you to choose one of the 5 finalists, the Book of the Year finalists. So I chose The Silent Patient. This is by Alex Michaelides? I'm butchering that. I think this is about a woman whose husband turns up dead, and they're blaming the murder on her, but she's not saying a word about it. She won't talk about it, like a psychologist won't even. She won't open up to a psychologist, I believe. So I believe that's what that's about. I don't know, but it's a thriller, and I kind of want to go into it blind, so I'm going to. And thanks to Book of the Month for providing that one for me for free. Alright, so now I have some books from Book Outlet. Not as many as I wanted, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I'll be okay. The first thing that I picked up is The Party by Robin Harding. This is a adult thriller. I think a domestic thriller, if I'm not mistaken. It says perfect for fans of Big Little Lies, which makes me nervous because I did not like that novel. I love the TV show. Did not like the novel. So this is about a family who wants to throw their daughter a sweet 16 birthday, but instead of throwing like this lavish party, they just invite a few of her friends over. Some huge tragedy happens, and then the family kind of loses their whole livelihood because of it, and then friends become enemies, and yada yada yada. And now I see why they say Big Little Lies. It's the same kind of concept. Lala over at Books and Lala always talks about Robin Harding. I think she has another book coming out called The Arrangement, and they're always kind of dark. So yeah, I'm happy to. I was happy to see this one on there because I almost bought it on Amazon, but it was a little bit more than what I wanted to spend, not knowing if I was going to like it or not. So I'm glad that it was there. So the next thing that I picked up is The Secret She Keeps. This is by Michael Robotham. Nicole at the Girl Bookworm has been talking about this author for a while. There's a couple other new booktubers that I've been watching that have read a couple of his novels. I don't know anything about it. It just says Megan doesn't know Agatha, but Agatha knows Megan. I think it's just a thriller. And Stephen King blurbs it. People Magazine blurbed it. I don't know if it's about like a girl like stalking another girl. She wants to become that girl, like a single white female kind of thing, or I don't know. But I'm excited to add it to my list of thrillers because I have been on a hella thriller kick lately. The next thing I picked up is The Lies We Told. This is by Camilla Way. This was a Book of the Month pick last year, I think. It's a dark psychological suspense that explores how those closest to us have the most to hide. So again, I'm not going to read a synopsis on it, but you guys can check it out if you would like. I also picked up The Flat Share. This is by Beth O'Leary. This has been all over BookTube lately. It is about these two individuals that share an apartment, but they've never met. So, like, the woman is there until the morning. She gets up and goes to work. The guy gets off work, he comes home, he goes to bed, and then they just are like ships in the night. They just pass each other. They never see each other. And then obviously things happen and they fall in love. Obviously that's what's going to happen here. So strangers to lovers, I guess. I don't know. But I love stuff like this, so saw it on there. It came out last year, so I snapped it. I swiped it up real quick. The next thing I have, I bought because I have the first and the third book, but not the second, and that is Now I Rise by Kirsten White. This is the second novel in the And I Darken trilogy, which is a Vlad the Impaler gender-bent retelling that people seem to love, actually. So, I don't know if I'm going to, but it's the second book, and it was on there for cheap, so I picked it up because I needed it. The next book that I got it for super cheap, and that is Spellbook of the Lost and Found. This is by Moira Fowley Doyle. It's just a witchy YA novel, and I really love some witchy YA books. So there's that. And then I picked up The Other Woman by Sandy Jones. This is her debut novel, I believe. Last year I read The First Mistake with Ellie over at The Ellie Effect, and I really loved it. It was really, really good, surprisingly, and so I figured I would pick up her debut novel, which is also a Reese's Book Club pick as well. And the whole reason that I did this whole damn order is because for years now I've been looking at this book on Book Outlet, and then I got wind that they are no longer going to publish it, and I tried to buy it on Amazon. It was super expensive. So I looked on Book Outlet and they had it, so I decided to finally pick it up, and that is Certain Dark Things by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. She wrote Gods of Jade and Shadow, which I have down there, which is a Book of the Month pick. This is about vampires, and Mexican vampires, I believe. Yeah. Welcome to Mexico City and Oasis in the Sea of Vampires. So, first of all, the cover is fucking gorgeous. Second of all, I've had this on my radar for a very long time. Vampires, Mexico, Latin culture, like, sign me up. And people rave about her. So I just thought, you know what? They're taking it out of print. They're not going to make it anymore. It's really hard to find now. And so I'm just going to pick it up while I can. So I got that. And then they also had The Beautiful Ones, also by Silvia Moreno Garcia. I don't know if this is a sequel to this. I don't know if this is a standalone. I don't think so. I think this is separate. It just says, in a world of etiquette and polite masks, no one is who they seem to be. Yeah, so this is like a historical fiction type deal. But, I mean, again, gorgeous book. Like, her covers are just fantastic. I mean, even Gods of Jade and Shadow, that's like, it said in the 1920s, like, Mayan. I think it's like a Mayan-inspired story, if I'm not mistaken. So it's on my TBR, but I know I said I was going to show you guys some books that I got for Christmas, but they weren't in my sack, and I think they're over here, like, under some other books. I picked up Serpent and Dove, picked up Fountains of Silence by Ruta Sepetys, The Secret History by Donna Tartt, and also How the Duke Stole Christmas. This is the anthology by Tessa Dare, Sarah McLean, Sophie Jordan, and Joanna Shoup. My dog ate it, but it's fine. It's still readable. Okay, so those are all the books that I picked up in December, January, and I probably won't be picking up anything else this month. But yeah, let me know if you guys have read any of these, or what's the latest books that you've picked up, or what are some books that I need to add to my ever-growing shelves here, because I have no chill, and I just keep buying them, even though been really good about not buying them. I seem to be buying them again. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Goodreads, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.